How's it going, y'all? So I've got a special video for you guys today. I'm joined here with fellow content creator Cerbusal. He is a friend of mine that I guess I've made through the community. He also has a Twitch that I will link in the information. He's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, so hopefully soon we'll see some YouTube content from him as well. But what we are going to be doing today is really just talking about, Series 11. I mean, like, Series 11's right around the corner. We got some thoughts on it. We're also going to be hosting some tournaments together, which I will, I took a picture of it, and then I'll put the picture on here. It'll be there. Put it that way. But we're hosting a tournament this weekend, which is on Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time is when it starts. So if you can make that, this tournament is a Series 10 tournament, but from the feedback that I got, everyone's looking forward to Series 11, even though there's mixed feelings about Series 11 being Series 8 again. But we will host another tournament next weekend, or like maybe Friday of next weekend, which would be like the 29th. We'll host another tournament, and it will be Series 11, so you have that to look forward to. But what I want to start off with before we jump into Series 11 discussion, I just want to give Cerbusal a chance to introduce himself. And I mean, I'll introduce myself too, I guess. But yeah, Cerbusal, if you want to tell us a little bit about just like your journey in the Pokemon world, when you started playing competitive, your favorite like play style, random things like that. Tell them a little about yourself.
Okay, well, sounds cool. Okay, so I'm Cerbusal. I have a Twitch channel, which will be posted. I started like back in Series 5 or 6, competitively, Dynamax format back then. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty tough coming in from the start, right? Because I haven't played competitive before. It was a lot of fun though. I played till Series 7. I took a break at Series 8 because restricted format wasn't looking interesting for me. So I took a break till Series 10, where we got rid of Dynamax, which was interesting for me. So I played a lot of Series 10. I really enjoyed it, and now we're looking forward to Series 11, I guess.
Right.
As a favorite playstyle, though, I mean, it kind of differs for me because Dynamax format, I'm more like a Trick Room, I guess. And in Series 10, I used a lot of hyper offensive Tailwind teams. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if I can make the transition back to Trick Room now. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I historically have also really liked playing Trick Room. I just kind of feel personally like the way that stat dispersions work, right, is like if a Pokemon is slow, that means more of the stat points can be invested in like being bulky and offensive. Whereas like if a Pokemon's really fast, it's either going to be a glass cannon or like tanky but not that heavy attacker. So like not having all the points invested in speed makes like, Mudsdale is bulky and attack heavy, like Stack Attacka, same thing. Like so there's a lot of slow Pokemon that can be really good, and it's just like setting up for them to be good, right?
Yeah, I also feel like in Trick Room there's more variety in the Pokemon, right? So as you say, because there's no speed involvement, there's more Pokemon viable in Trick Room, I guess. So
Right.
That's fun.
Right. It feels like I guess there's a lot more slow Pokemon than fast Pokemon, you might say. Vikavolt's always been one of my favorite. Like Vikavolt is a straight powerhouse. Um, and I look forward to using Vikavolt again.
Yeah.
But so you said something interesting. So you have not you have not played a Series 8 like format yet. So what are your thoughts coming into it? Like, what do you, I guess, what's your impression of it?
Well, I've been looking it up, of course. So I've been seeing that Zacian is going to be like used 80% of the time. There's going to be a lot of Sun teams. Um, Apart from that, I gotta say I'm not too sure what to expect because I'm not sure if Series 8 will come back entirely. Like I can imagine at the start, right? So people will fall back to their old teams, but I can also see the meta shifting a bit. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I guess you feel the same way about that.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think people probably think it's interesting to hear like someone's thoughts who hasn't actually played the Series 8 format yet. So yeah, I definitely appreciate you sharing that. What I'm hoping is that some of the Pokemon that were viable in Series 10 will keep being used. And I was having a lot of trouble thinking of one while we were just like talking earlier. But like, what's a good example? Like maybe Araquanid. Like maybe Araquanid will actually stay around because like people actually remember how good it is again. So, I mean, random things like that.
But I can also see like stuff like Serena drop in usage because of Max Airstream coming back.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So now that we're gonna have like Max Airstream back, like Max Quake, Max Steel Spike, we're gonna definitely be seeing like a lot more like prevalent moves that can be a little annoying sometimes. Like Max Airstream's a very good move. And I think one of the things that I have generally not liked as much about Dynamax formats is like just how easy it is to get stat boosts. Like it's a way to play, right? I mean, that's the one thing we can say about it. Like it's a play style, and like for as much as we could call it annoying, it just involves like adjusting to it. Like if your opponent's getting defense boosts, you can get a defense boost. Like if they're getting defense boosts, you can also use the move that lowers their defense, which is like Max Phantasm, right? So there's counter adjustments for everything. I'm not gonna say there's um but yeah. So we touched on some interesting stuff. If you don't know me, since I didn't introduce myself, random people watching, hope maybe not random people, but you get what I'm saying. I'm Kanto Clark. I started my YouTube channel about a year ago. Just trying to, I think there's so many people just doing very standard stuff all the time that I've never really liked playing in a standard way. I like using really interesting Pokemon that are not literally just like Incineroar. Like, I mean, I use Rillaboom now, but like, I try to stave away from just creating purely meta teams unless I'm gonna make like one every time I release a team code. But like, yeah, it's not really enjoyable for me to play completely meta. And if other people are not gonna be unique, I'll be unique, and we'll make it fun. Uh, so I like sharing my perspective on teams. I like building the community. It's fun to it's more fun to play when you got people to play with, right? Um, that was a question I was gonna ask you that I forgot to ask. So what made you want to start doing Twitch or like posting Pokemon content?
Um, well, it basically started with playthroughs. It was a lot of fun back then.
With
I
what?
think it was a Pokemon Let's Go playthrough, I guess.
Oh,
I think that was
interesting.
my first Pokemon stream. Like a lot of people are interested in that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was enjoyable. There was a lot of like fun in the chat and such. So I just continued. I played VGC then on stream. That also lured people in, and it's just fun to have people watching you, I guess. Uh, Having a tight community with people sharing the same interest is just fun, and I feel Pokemon is a great way to do that.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I definitely find it more enjoyable to like have people to do it with instead of just like if I was like literally just playing online matches and like not doing anything else, like I would have to be like following someone else's YouTube channel closely or something because like it's just it's better to be a part of a community. I feel like than like just playing battles. Which I mean, I do follow other people, right? Like we've got Random Gaming, we got Gigawatts, we've got Andy the VGC, all the good stars, all the fellow content creators, and collaborating with people definitely makes it more flavorful. Like I don't have a good word for it, but we'll call it that. We'll call it flavorful. Um, so yeah, back to Series 11. Um, it's gonna be something, you know. Like it's definitely a lot to prepare for. Like you said, there's gonna be a lot more Sun teams. Um, I mean, people are gonna do things like just use Zacian and then just like slap 5 really good Pokemon on a team and call it a team. Um, Surprisingly, Calyrex Shadow it'll drop in usage, but it's still a very scary Pokemon. Kyogre is a very good Dynamax. It's very bulk, or it has a lot of longevity as a Dynamax, and as the kids say, it hits like a truck. Um, yeah. So it's very scary to see someone Dynamaxing a Kyogre in your face. And there's things like that. So I guess something that we can talk about is how do you think you're gonna go about team building for Series 11?
Um, well, I'm not 100% sure yet. I mean, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna try different stuff out. Probably gonna watch some other people using teams and take some uh, take some notes out of that. I
For
mean, your
sure.
channel helped me with some random picks, so probably gonna check your account as well. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not too sure yet. I might try my Kyogre team transitioning to Series 11 because I feel it is pretty well built and could work in a Dynamax format as well. So that's a start, and we will just see how it goes, I guess.
The Kyogre team with like Scizor and Pokemon like that.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. Something that I have definitely done in the past as well is like just take a team from a past format and be like, let's just try it in this format. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, so are you gonna use your Series A teams then? Are you just gonna go with it the first season, I guess?
Right. Yes, there's something that I've been thinking about is I kind of want to just for the first part of Series 11, I just want to bring back 5 teams that I used in Series 8 and be like, my channel has definitely grown a lot since Series 8. I think I had like 25 subscribers in the beginning of Series 8 and I had like maybe 50 by the end of Series 8. So like the channel's grown pretty significantly since then, and I was building really interesting teams back then. It's not like I wasn't. I just didn't have as large of a following, So like I think people will definitely like to see what I was doing. I had a very deadly Trick Room Kyogre team in series 8 that I might bring back, but I think I'm probably gonna release the variant that I used in Players Cup 3. So the Players Cup 3 variant of the team that I had was just instead of being Iron Ball Kyogre, it was a Calyrex Ice team. Which I mean Calyrex Ice is just as scary, like there's no lying about that. Um so that'll be interesting. It was a really funny team where I would it has a Wigglytuff on it first off. I would start Wigglytuff Slowbro and just click Ally Switch Trick Room turn one, like almost every time. And
Mhm.
the nice thing about it is that Wigglytuff has competitive, so if people send out like Incineroar first turn, they are normally gonna want to try to fake out Slowbro, but then they see the competitive boost go off on Wigglytuff, and they're like, oh god, like who do I fake out? So you just know like whether or not you want to actually click ally switch turn one or not based on like if they set off competitive boost, and then you just kind of go for it. And like Slowbro is ridiculously bulky anyways, so you don't really have to worry about that. Um, so it will be interesting for sure. Um, Something that I think we kind of touched on lightly, but not as much, is that there's definitely gonna be new Pokemon coming back that weren't used as much in Series 10. Like Zapdos kind of dropped off the radar a little bit. Most people, if they were actually using Zapdos in Series 10, ended up using an Assault Vest Zapdos, which I thought was really interesting. Kanto Zapdos, that is, Kanto Clark.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Kanto
It was usually in a
Zapdos.
Sun team as well, right? Like in
Yeah,
Series.
yeah. Sorry, keep going.
No, I like in Series 10. I feel Zapdos was mainly used in a Sun team, like paired with a Groudon.
Yeah, and it'll be
Haven't
really
seen.
good on Sun teams in Series 8 too.
So one thing I was wondering about, like you say there's Pokemon returning, right? But I can also imagine most of the restricteds dropping in usage as well, right? Apart from Calyrex Ice, I feel that one's gonna raise in usage. But apart from that, like
Well,
you won't see many Necrozmas or or like that, right?
so interestingly enough, I actually felt like you saw a wider variety of restricteds in Series 8, and I think that's because being able to Dynamax them makes them a lot scarier. So you can have like a Dynamax Palkia that's like going for max worm wins and, lowering the opponent's attack while putting on like very significant offensive pressure. Dialga was a pretty good Dynamax option as well in Series 8. Um, I think some of the legendaries that we didn't see that much in Series 8 but were very deadly was like the Duskwing and Dawnwing ones, like you kind of just said. There was not a lot of Necrozmas. There was not a lot of Lunalas, seeing as Lunala's got 4 times weaknesses. Solgaleo it was very scary. People would just run Spectrier plus Solgaleo, click Bulldoze, and like Dynamax weakness policy Solgaleo. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Makes sense.
But I mean, even like Ho-Oh, and Lugia as well, like, they got usage. They definitely got usage, and I think that's something I'm actually looking forward to when we think about Series 11, or I mean, yeah, it is Series 11. Um, I'm looking forward to actually seeing people hopefully using more restricted instead of less.
Yeah, so I can see Lugia working with a weakness policy set, Dynamaxing, and just proccing it yourself. But I still feel like Zacian is still by far the best, right? Because of the like his attack to damage Dynamax Pokemon double, I guess.
Yes, yes. It's a little unfair, let's be honest, but
Yeah, it is a bit unfair.
like just watching Zacian just straight up one shot or like almost one shot a Dynamax without even having to try is just like, okay, well, there goes my plan. Like,
Like it would be a bit more balanced if they did like what they do for Zacian, right? So get an attack boost when entering. If they did that for Eternatus with special attack, Eternatus would be insane as well. But
yes,
they kind of missed that opportunity. So I never understood why they did that. But
That's an interesting point. Yeah, that actually is a really interesting point. Eternatus just gets pressure, right? That's like its
Yeah,
literally only ability.
yeah. I mean, he also has Dynamax Cannon, but it just dies quickly, I guess, in a Dynamax format.
Yeah. I don't see Eternatus being used as a restricted, but definitely like there's definitely going to be people where like their team is literally just like I don't know. It could be like Zacian, Regigigas, Weezing, like Dragapult, Colossal, or like yeah, I mean that's like a less meta, like slightly fun sounding team that I might have to try. But like, it'll be like Zacian, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Regieleki, like Urshifu, like all the things we already saw in series 10, but like people will just slap all those on a team and be like, it has Zacian, like it's gonna be good.
So interested to see like because if I remember correctly, in Series 7 there wasn't a lot of Rillabooms around because the max airstream is gonna hurt it a lot. But I mean, it got priority and such. But what do you feel about that? Do you think Rillaboom's still gonna be used a lot?
Yeah, I think people will have to be really careful about when they're using Rillaboom and knowing if they should bring it to a matchup. But I think Assault Vest Rillaboom prevails, honestly. Like Assault Vest Rillaboom is so good that it's hard to see it like just not being there anymore. In Series 9, well Series 9 didn't have legendaries, right? So that's different, but in Series 9 I used Weakness Policy Rillaboom and procced it with Ice Shard Ninetales. So I would just, I mean, whatever, like, Grassy Glide just does so much already, and you're basically just doubling the damage that Grassy Glide does if you give him a weakness policy. So, like, it was a little busted. It didn't work every time. I'm gonna be honest, definitely didn't work every time. I got crap talked quite a few times on Showdown by people. They're like, "You're wasting your weakness policy." I'm like, "My guy, like, I got an idea here. Like, just let me work my idea out, okay? Like,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be
Showdown's
interesting."
quick to shut down IDs like that. I feel.
What'd you say?
I feel like people in Showdown, Pokemon Showdown, are just quick to judge with stuff like that.
Yes.
They're not.
Showdown can be very fun. It can be a little toxic sometimes.
Yeah,
Do you practice a good bit on Showdown or not too much?
I practice on it, but I don't do anything serious on it. So I don't ladder seriously. I just practice weird teams there. Um, yeah, see if they work, and then use them in game later.
Right. I have friends who say that like if you can get a team to like 1400 ELO or whatever it's called, that like you can probably consider your team competitively viable.
Yeah,
Um, it takes work. I mean, like if you don't even make it out of the 1200s, you're in the 1200s and below. You see like I think you see things that don't reflect what you're actually gonna see in Sword and Shield. Like
yeah,
people doing like I don't know, like something like what I saw in the Staphylotum, which was like Custat Berry Golduck, and I'm like, bro, like people just don't do this. Like,
yeah.
yeah. So I
I'm
mean,
trying to. I'm trying to remember, but there was a battle in Showdown where there was a guy using Fling to proc a weakness policy, and he ended up killing his own Pokemon. So there's some weird stuff on Showdown, definitely. But yeah, I can't remember which Pokemon it was, but it was just so dumb, just so dumb.
right. Okay, so let's see, what else? I feel like we covered quite a bit. We don't really have much more to say. Um, we will be hosting a tournament in a few days, like I said. So that will be Saturday the 24th.
25. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so Saturday the 24th, 11 a.m. my time, which is PST, to I guess 2 p.m. because it's a 3-hour window. Um, yeah, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The code will have been already on the screen somewhere, and probably again, even though it's not up there while I'm filming. And then we'll have another tournament starting next week that will actually be Series 11 instead of Series 10. But we just kind of thought that'd be a nice way to welcome you guys into the community again and like make the community more interactable and give you guys a chance to show off what you got. Bring your stuff. Bring your stuff. We want to see it. So any I don't know last words you want to say about Series 11 or anything of that sort?
I'm looking forward to it. That's all I gotta say. Actually, looking forward to a new series. It's time. It's time to move on. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. Honestly, like I think as as someone who's played the series and like a lot of people did play Series 8, we look at it as a little bit of like a, oh man, like do we really have to go back to Series 8? But if you really think about it, like there probably is quite a bit of people like yourself who, haven't played Series 8 and they're like, legitimately looking forward to something new. Um what are your thoughts on series that they could do that they haven't done yet? Do you have any ideas for a good one?
Well, I mean, like, I think it would be fun if they did like no Dynamax to restricted. That would be very fun, I guess.
So,
So maybe they
so
can do that in the future.
sorry, what?
Maybe they can do that as a next series, but I feel this series is like 4 months, right? 3 months.
They're 3 months.
So
Everyone is
yeah,
3 months. Yeah,
still a long time. So I mean, that would be fun though. I feel there's a lot of interesting duos you can make with two restricted, especially with Asashi now. But I also feel like it might be a bit, be a bit basic, I guess, right? Because Kyogre Zacian will be the main used duo, I guess. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean that'll be fun, I guess.
Well, so if I'm correct, I did not actually really play in the Sun and Moon days, but I'm almost positive that's actually what format most of Sun and Moon was. Is a double legendary format. And
Yep.
so, yeah, I'm sure people would definitely look forward to it. The GS Cup I think was double legendaries and Dynamax, which I don't want. I'll be honest, like don't really want that because then people can just do Zacian plus another restricted plus 4 meta Pokemon. Like
Yeah,
uh, something that I definitely want sometime in the future is a non-Dynamax, non-legendary format. So hopefully they can give us that.
that could be interesting as well. That could be very interesting to see very different teams, I guess. There's a lot of
That's
variety.
really my hope.
So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll see things like I feel like a Pokemon that would pick up a lot of usage in that time would be like Togekiss. Like you'd probably see a lot of Togekisses and random things. I mean, the meta shifts for whatever it's trying to, fit the form of, but it would be exciting. Um
Yeah,
Series 8 will
that,
be Series 11 will be exciting.
let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Right. Well, all right, cool. Any more last words before we say peace out, y'all?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
You're good. You're good. I mean, I
Thank
kind of talked a lot, but I just wanted to, give you a chance to say some final words. Definitely check out Cerbusal's Twitch. Um, it will be linked in the description. Give the homie a follow. Keep up with what we're doing, because we're here to bring you exciting stuff. So we will be at it, and thank you all for tuning in. So with that said, peace out, and You're just gonna have to follow along to see the crazy stuff. You'll never know until we get there. But okay, peace out. I'm gonna put on my outro, as they say. Oh look, our faces are over the outro. Oh god.
That's not good.
It happens. It happens. That's my life. We say never a dull moment. But okay, yeah. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.